Hello everybody, welcome. Hope we're all having a fantastic long weekend, and I hope we're all ready for some great racing action here again today. Just bear with me here as I'm doing a quick audio check on the stream before we get right into the details here. Okay, that microphone is crackly, so bear with. Alright, still very crackly. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. I apologize, everybody. My mic has been working fine, normal. Yeah, there's still a crackle there, though. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go with it. If it gets really bad, let me know, chat. We'll see what we can do to make sure that it works better. Hopefully, it's just a little hiccup. But welcome in, everybody. We are back with our Gran Turismo racing community here. It is another championship season here from the GTRC. And we're back here to bring the live action to everybody on your big screens. I know it's been a while since we've been on screen with a live action commentary for everybody, but it's been a little bit quiet in the league world at the moment. It's starting to pick back up again. Obviously, it's getting into racing season, so that means there's going to be lots of great racing action coming for everybody here again. So today, as you can see on the schedule on the screen in front of us, we are going to be tackling the mountain down yonder in Australia. We're going to be heading to Mount Panorama, Bathurst. It's going to be a 1-hour spirited battle here between our racers in the field today. I don't know who's on track. I don't know any of the details myself yet. I haven't even looked at the track list. All I've done is gotten ready to go live here today. So again, I apologize for whoever's microphone. I'm definitely going to have to get to the bottom of that. But we're going to roll with it for the time being anyways, because for some reason it doesn't want to sort itself out. Well, a little bit of information here about what we're going to see here today. So these are the general series settings here for all of the racers. And of course, for all the viewers watching, mostly know what's going on. It is a 1-hour race length here today, and they get 2 qualifying hot laps. So they get their out lap, and then they get 2 flying laps to set the best possible time pre-race to lock their position on the starting grid. Their position in qualifying will place their position at the start of the race when the green flag drops. The tire and the fuel consumption rates are 3 times this season, so every time that the racers go around the racetrack, 1 time here in the racetrack, whichever track it may be from week to week, will be basically 3 laps of tire usage and 3 laps of fuel usage. It is a refuel rate of 8 liters per second. The weather is completely random this season, and it is hards and mediums required. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean that's what the drivers have to solely use. Softs are available for the race as well, if they want to use them. With the 3X tire wear, softs aren't going to last too terribly long, so it's going to be interesting to see if we see any of the racers implement that strategy in at all. And normally this is the point where I bring up the map and talk a little bit about Mount Panorama. However, I do not currently have that imagery on my new PC, so we gotta do some documentation transferring still. Apparently we need to get everything on the laptop. Alright, so this is going to be an every other week series. So this weekend's round 1, and then in 2 weekends will be round 2 at Jacques de Villeneuve, the new Canadian circuit here on GT7. It's a crazy little fun circuit. It should make for some really good racing here, I think, as well with these GT3 cars. It's a tricky circuit as well, so it's new, it's fresh. We definitely like to see new and fresh stuff. So let's go check out what's going on track here while everybody's warming up. Let's go see who's out there. And let's go see if we can make any early race predictions. Is the audio sounding better yet? Hey, it's all good, ATV. It's all good. Yeah, I didn't know you were in the series. Hopefully the weather's been getting alright down here. Rude. I mean, I streamed for like 12 hours yesterday. I didn't have any. Alright. I'm gonna take a minute and see if I can sort this out. Yeah, bear with me. That helped reset everything. Severe thunderstorm while you race. Be safe, my guy. Be safe. Oh, much better. Much better. Alright, we're rocking, chat. We rocking? We rolling? Apologize for the technical malfunction there. We had to completely unplug it from our PC there in order to get it to stop doing whatever it was doing. But we're in business now, so now we get to get to the fun. We get to get to the fun. We get to do some pre-racing here for the GTRC, and as you can hear me, there's a whole bunch of crackling in the background. Hopefully the experience will be much better for everyone. Now again, I'm your host for the day, GT45 Gaming, and we're here to do what we do best, ladies and gentlemen, and that is bring the live racing action to you as it happens, as it unfolds, unscripted and untapped. Yo, what's up, Sticky? How's it going, brother? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Apparently, I've got to hit the button as well. Alright, so we're going to be starting qualifying here right away, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go by quick. It is, however, a 2-minute lap here around the racetrack, so with that being said, it's just not going to be too entirely quick. And looks like Tyrone Kobe's the one that's raring to get out on track first. No, it looks like actually here racing. It's been a long time, my dude. I hope you're doing good. It's an interesting time slot. There's a lot of racing going on around this time of day, but it's a happy medium between North America and the UK, right? So it's a weird time slot. It is a weird time slot for sure. But it works. I mean, these guys make it work. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be racing hard and racing mediums required. Apparently, the mediums are also required for qualifying here, but it looks a little. That's what I'm seeing. So maybe softs aren't eligible here in the race. I may have made a mistake. I was bringing that information to everybody earlier today. I'll have to confirm that. Yeah, it's noon my time as well. Found it for sure. I feel you. Right in the middle of the day. Yeah, I know it's a weird time of day. I get you. It's hard to schedule anything when you make that commitment at near our time, right? For me, I don't have anything going on. This is what I do, right? So it works out really well for them in that case. But you know, for the normal average person that has a family or has kids, you know, there's activities and stuff going on. This is like, you know, grocery shopping time, or you know, whatever the case may be, right? It's like time of day where there's just better things you can be doing than racing, I suppose. I get it. Real life's always going to come first. Real life's always going to come first. We tell our racers out. We're telling you that too, viewers. We appreciate support all the time. We appreciate you coming in and saying hi and checking out what we got to offer. But also remember, real life always is going to come first. Race volume drops up close. Let's see what we can do here. We can turn the light a little bit. Alright, we'll try that. Let me know how that is. I'm hoping the time slot works with Baby too. Yeah, it can be. I feel you. Hey man, it's a day out all life. Stay out all life, gentlemen. Alright, so we're officially on the hot laps here, so we're just coming into the cutting and the coring here with our first car out on track, which is Team Rat's Hair Razor. It's also the host of the lobby here, I believe, as well here today. Has been for several seasons now for the GTRC, long-standing community member. Admin for quite some time here as well over the years, so GTRC get to where they are today. So much love and appreciation to Hair Razor, absolute team player over here. Better, you can hear me now. I can turn it up more. I can still make adjustments. You just let me know. You guys just let me know. It's because I reset my mic the hard way. I'm gonna have to tweak everything again. It happens. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've been in the booth. It's been a while. We've moved over to some survival games for our regular content now. So I do apologize to our sim racing community as there's a little less sim racing content, but that doesn't mean we've walked away from it. We've still got lots of commentary. We have the IRO Championship coming in. We're going to start working on the Discord server rebuild here at GT45 Gaming this weekend as well, and that is to start to get into preparation for obviously the changes within the page and what I'm doing, but also to better suit the Discord community for championship racing and stuff like that as well. So there's stuff coming from GT45 Gaming, just bear with us here. We got to get back into development mode to bring a championship to you guys, but in the meantime, we'll hang out with our GTRC community and our other great communities that we work with and bring their stuff to them. So Hair Razor currently sitting in pole position. Tyrone Kobe's going to come through. He's going to stay in second place, at least. Type R and looks like UU right in behind here. And Type R is going to stay in third. UU is going to jump up into P2. Let's see what Barter's got here as he comes across the line. Good enough for a P2 himself. Petrolhead here now coming around. He's in the Mercedes here. Let's see what he's got as he comes across the line. He's still got one more attempt at this here yet as well, Chad. Each of these races is good enough for a P3 here so far. Mike 1972, returning driver here from the GTRC, is going to come across the line. Currently sitting in P4. That leaves Superboy moving up into pole position here. Provisional, of course. We have Tap now coming through in the Merc as well. Lots of Mercs on the track here today. That's going to only be good enough for 8th place here, so not the best of laps there for Tap on that first crack, but he's still got another run here. We've got the pole pad here. He's going to come through. It's going to be a 10th place run here, as that was not a great lap. Maybe he was just warming his tires up, who knows. And we've got TDC Gaming here, or the damn cat, showing on screen, coming through, and good enough for a P5 right there for TDC. So it is Superboy currently as our provisional pole sitter here. Let's see if Hair Racer can respond in P2. Only 0.2 of a second in behind here as well. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Alright, so the 6.9 car is rolling up the Conrad straight here, and this is the fastest, longest straight here at Mount Panorama. These cars top right out in the top end of their gears here. As they come around this corner, they'll be at about 170 to 180 miles per hour, depending on the car, depending on slipstream. Hard on the brakes, navigating this very mid-speed S. Got to keep it tight on the track here because there ain't a whole lot of runoff room here. It's curbing and then grass and then trouble. Got a nice hard right-hander here. I believe this is a Hell corner or Murray corner, one of the two. And going to come across, and is it good enough to take pole position back away? It is good enough to take pole position back away from Supra. So we're going to jump over now to the Ferrari here with Supra and see what he's got. That looks like that's the 458 Ferrari here as well, ladies and gentlemen. Not even the 296. So this is our older model Ferrari here currently in the game compared to what we do have available to us right now. Merc is pretty solid here. Is able to hit 204's endurance. Yeah, I know. The Merc's a solid car, really, in all honesty. We've got other drivers coming across the line, but we're definitely looking at this pole position battle here. Super is, see if he has that response there. We've seen Mike jump into fourth, and it's going to be a potential pole position here for Supra as the rest of our drivers come through. We got Tap coming through here. Let's see what Tap does. He's got enough to put himself into P8, and we got the pole pat coming through here. So it's like a much better lap coming from him, and it is a P5 there. In that Ferrari coming from the pole pap. So it is going to be Superboy in pole position with Hair Razor in second place. It's going to be row 2 lined up with Petrolhead and Mike 1972. In row 3 will be the pole pat, aka Flack, and Bar 27. In row number 4 will be TDC Gaming and Trone Kobe. In row number 5 will be OMS UU and BR Tap. And then we've got Type R sitting in 11th place, chilling, maxing and relaxing. Alright, so now the drivers can obviously jump back into pit lane. They can opt to choose which tires they want to start the race on, and the grid lineup will be as qualifying finished here today. So they're going to take whatever screenshots, get whatever information that they need to take from qualifying session, and we'll get this lined up, and we'll get this 1 hour race underway again. It is random weather here today, ladies and gentlemen, but it is Mount Panorama, so there will be no chance of rain here today. The biggest thing that the drivers really got to worry about here with the weather changing at Mount Panorama is the drastic hot to cold temperature changes that can happen in certain parts of the mountain, and which means that's going to change the track temperature and the wind changes. The wind can really affect the way the car handles, especially in the mountain part of the racetrack, so you have to be aware of those changing conditions as a racer, especially as tires start to wear down, especially as your fuel starts to lighten up. The car gets a little bit faster, but that also means the car is going to react slightly different under braking and under power. So lots of things that the drivers got to start thinking about here. It is round 1 here of the GTR3 championship season this weekend, and we're about to kick it all off with Supra in pole position. So we do not need to worry about the rain tires or the rain factoring into the race and the special conditions that come with a potential rain race here today. It is just good, solid, hard medium tire required racing, so we're most likely going to see one-stop strategies coming from most of the racers. There's always the possibility of seeing some solid 2-stop strategies coming from our racers here, but I think we're going to see a pretty solid one-stop strategy. We're going to see the hard tire run go probably into the 20 to 30 minute range, and then we're going to see these drivers jump on the set of mediums. If I had to guess, that's what we're going to see here today, just based off of my knowledge of the game and the conditions of the tire wear and fuel consumption. So fuel may be a bigger factor here than anything else than the tires. The fuel could potentially play in more so than the tires, depending on car selection as well. This is a high-speed circuit. At the end of the day, you're really under, you're not typically under third gear too often, except for when you're coming through that tighter mountain section on the entry and on the downhill slope where you go through the kinks. So the guys are on the power on the gas pedal a lot, looking for big power and hard braking here. And I think that fuel could potentially maybe change strategies up a little bit, but at the end of the day, I think we're going to see a lot of one-stops coming from the group here. So we're just waiting for race officials basically to clear the track for safety for the race, make sure there's no kangaroos and wallabies running around to start with, and we'll get this thing underway here shortly. So hope everybody's ready for what should be an interesting racing season. These racers are quite familiar with each other. They race against each other all the time, especially here at the GTRC. A lot of the guys and gals here are the community racers, so it should be interesting to see how it goes this season. We should see a good hard race here. I think it's going to be, the mistakes are going to separate the pack a little bit for some of the racers, and hopefully that we get that good solid mid pack front pack battle that we always like to see here. Trone's that sleeper driver, man. It's just, you know, one of these days he's just going to wake up and just destroy everybody all of a sudden. I'm telling you what, it's gonna happen. He's like a silent Max Verstappen, just waiting to break out. Ooh, moving to a rolling start here this season. Oh, very interesting. All right, so that's going to work out well for the top half of the field, not so well for the back half of the field coming around the final corner. We'll see how that plays into effect heading into turn number 1 here, but we're going to have about a half-second gap between racers here, and we want to make sure that there's no issues. That may very well have just been a throttle error. It was. Very unfortunate there for Cat. From what I could tell, we didn't have any glitches around the corner. It didn't look like any racer had a disadvantage, got held up, got stopped by the game on the rolling start. So that looks like it was clean. Unfortunate there for TDC Gaming as he got on the throttle on the exit on those cold racing tires in the grass there and spun himself around into the wall. I believe it's light damage in the championship series here, as it always is with the GTRC, so that will go away, but definitely on the back foot here very early on. Very early on. Oh yeah, no, I agree, TB, 100%. Been watching him race for a long time now. And I mean, he's a pad racer too, but still, I don't know if he's still a pad racer, but... Alright, so we also have to consider that there's going to be drivers with different tire compounds also on our race cars right now, right? So we're going to see some of the pack break away from the rest of the pack. You know, this is all a part of having tire compound requirements. We've got a little rear slide there from Superboy as he is coming down in through Forest Elbow and into the Conrad Straight here, and Hairraiser is right there. Hairraiser's just on the edge of that slipstream, and he's towing along Petrolhead. Petrolhead here. Closing in on that Porsche. That is the new Porsche as well here, the new model. Hairraiser likes him a Porsche. There's no question of a doubt there. No question of a doubt there. But we're going to have a battle here, I think, for P2 between Petrolhead and Ray. Oh, yeah, Hairraiser, a little snap on the exit right there. Open the door for Petrolhead, and Petrolhead goes, thank you, mate. I'm just going to walk right on through that. So P2 here for Petrol. And now Hairraiser's under fire here from Mike 1972. So just a little bit of a car snap there through the S's. Nice save there by Hairraiser, but that absolutely shot him to the outside of the corner. And Hairraiser just on a nice tight inside track through the S there. Absolutely just drove right up the inside and got the position there. But now Mike 1972 applying some pressure here to Hairraiser up for that third podium and that final podium position very early on in the race here. Long race to go. It's a lot of time to go here, but good juicy action right off the bat here. And Hairraiser gets a good run through Murray's corner there. Hell corner. I think the first corner is actually Hell corner. I can't remember. I've looked at my map, which I don't have on this computer at the moment. But still sitting in third place. I know. I can already hear Miss Devious yelling at me. Why don't you have the maps on your new PC? I'm sorry, Miss D. I'm sorry. I'm a slacker, all right? So Flack, Popat here up in P5, right where he started the race here. He's just chilling, just sitting in behind the pack. He is in that new Ferrari there. We've got Bar 27 here in the Porsche 992, I believe that one is, and he's got Trone Kobe very quickly closing in here. So Trone was like 1.7 seconds up in behind these guys at the halfway through that first lap, and now he is right on the doorstep here of that purple and green Porsche in front of him here for Bar 27. So Trone Kobe is applying a little pressure here. He's got that Mercedes underneath of him now. He's feeling the track, and he's going to try and see if he can get position. We got Yu here in 8th place, but Tap very close in behind here in 9th place as well. So we got little mini battles happening everywhere. We got Type R in 10th position, and TDC Gaming 4.7 seconds in behind. So it looks like he's starting to close in. He's a sucker for punishments, you know. He's back in that Dodge Viper again. The 992 is a popular pick. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I expect to see a lot of Ferrari too. Not seeing as many Ferrari though as I thought I would see, but alright, so 1.3 second lead here from our pole sitter. Petrolhead here still sitting in second place, but now I'm feeling the heat from Hair Razor. Hair Razor is going to try and get the job done here coming into the first corner. Petrolhead is going to defend him there, squeeze him a little bit tight, try to really slow his ability to get a good run out of the corner there, and it does work, but Petrol over defending there, going really wide there, managing to keep it underneath him in the grass, but now he's going to have dirty tires, and he's got two Porsches, a nose to tail in behind, closing in very fast here. So Mike 1972 tucks right into Hair Razor's bumper and starts pushing him up the straight here. And as we get to the end of the mountain straight, heading into the mountain here, it is still going to be Petrolhead holding on to second place here, but it is getting spicy for these podium positions here right now. And I want to go see what's happening in the mid-pack, but I really don't want to leave this battle here right at the moment between second and fourth place. So three-way battle brewing here right now, and it's a juicy one. It's a juicy one. Great stuff here. Petrolhead feeling a little bit of the heat there. You can see him overdriving the car a little bit there, and I could be killing the tires a little bit extra. You can see the two Porsches in behind are just kind of chilling right now, waiting for an opportunity or a mistake to come from that Mercedes driver. But Hair Razor applying the pressure. He is right on that rear bumper of that Mercedes as we're coming down the mountain. He does back off just a little bit here as we head into this dangerous zone. And oh no! Hair Razor gets it wrong. He makes a mistake. He makes contact with the wall there. He just manages to stay out of the way of Mike 1972. Mike 1972 does grab the position there from Hair Razor. Oh, heartbreaking moment there from Hair Razor. He just lost it under the braking a little bit there. He caught the nose into the wall. He's carrying a little bit of damage there. And now he's going to be under fire from the mid-pack chasing in behind here. So, boy, Hair Razor having a rough start to the race here. Down a couple of positions since race start. And Superboy's just loving this battle happening behind him here. That's absolutely allowing him to open the gap up in the race lead there. And Hair Razor now sitting in fourth place, just sitting outside of the toe and potentially at the mercy of Flack here, or Popat coming in fifth place. We got Bar 27 and Trone Kobe here still sitting in sixth and seventh place. And Trone is all over the rear bumper of that Porsche right now as they come through the S's and head in towards, pretty sure this one is Hell's Corner. I really can't remember which one it is. I got GTR gauges. It still can compete. I mean, I don't think the GTR will ever not be competitive to some extent or another, to be honest. It's like Gran Turismo's go-to car. Some juicy battling happening here on the mountain right now. Alright, so TDC has moved up into 10th place here. He's actually made his way around Tap here. So Tap's struggling a little bit in this Merc right now on the racetrack as he loses position to TDC, and he's falling right down to the back of the pack here. Yeah, I haven't driven the 992 yet actually, so I don't even know. Need to get on and do an open lobby night so I can get in that thing and see what it does. Alright, so Mike 1972 has comfortably started to open that gap up to Hair Razor a little bit here. Hair Razor having a tough start to the race there. He's just got to settle down a little bit and just get back into his rhythm here, and he should hopefully start to close in. Ooh, positional battle happening here right now between Bar and the Popat, and Bar 27 grabbing a position there. So we just missed that battle, and we're just going to stick with this as for a moment as Trone's now applying some pressure here. And let's go see what happened here real quick. Short little replay. And let's go to the longer version replay. There we go. Oh, that was an interesting exchange of position right there. Not exactly typically how you would see it, but great job there by Barr and the pole pad with that battle there. And, oh, but Barr gets it way wrong heading into the S's, and hello, darling. We going for a ride, and he's going to lose 1, 2, possibly 3 positions here as the pole pat and drone goes around. He's also going to lose that position to Yu as well as they head into the corner. And oh man, he is all kinds of in trouble with those greasy tires right now. Down 3 positions into 8th place here. Now finds himself chasing the rear end of Yu here in 7th position. So, ooh. Tough moment there, heading through the S's. Came in a little hot, locked the brakes up there, and the car just slid right through the grass. And boy, great job there to keep it out of the wall at the end of the S's right there on the left-hand side. But boy, oh boy, tense moment right there for Bar 27, and may need a new racing suit after that. That was one of those moments, you know. Petrol here in 2nd place, starting to close in on Supra, and Mike 1972 starting to close in on Petrol here. So potential 3-way battle maybe brewing here for the race lead as well as these guys continue up the racetrack. Air Racer 2.5 seconds now in behind that podium. And you can see that car sliding a little bit here on this hot racetrack right now as it gets to the top of the mountain. Got Trone now up into 5th place here. So Trone, the big winner of that moment there from Bar 27, and now finds himself right there in the mid-pack and trying to now get away from the pole pat there in the Ferrari chasing in 6th place. So Trone Kobe now finds himself trying to chase down Air Racer essentially there in 4th place. Yu closing in on the pole pad here as well as Yu continues to come down, and as we head through into Ford's elbow here, tight turn here, really got to manage your exit. Got to get on the throttle as early as possible, but not too early to put you into that wall on exit, because that absolutely kills your momentum, potentially also giving your car damage. And the Ferrari got a good launch there. The pole pad got a good run out of the corner onto the Conrad there, and Yu finds yourself trying to use slipstream to catch back up. Going to be too far away here to make a move by the time we get into the S's, but potentially close herself up on under braking here. And oh, again another snap there from that Porsche. We're seeing a tendency there in that Porsche 992 in the S right there. It does not seem to like that mid-speed corner there as it went to change direction, and a little bit of body roll just created a little bit of rear end snap there. And that was a great catch by Yu as well. We've seen that a couple times from a couple different drivers here now today in that same spot on the racetrack. So definitely something going on there with the Porsches around Mount Bathurst in that particular corner for sure. We got Barr now in 8th place closing in after that little snap there that allows him to close back in on Yu a little bit. We got Type R here in 9th position. We've got Tap here in 10th place. And we've got GTRC Gaming here in 11th. Slowly but surely closing in here. Did lose that position to Tap, so they've been exchanging, but now Type R is in the mix here. And this is potentially going to be a 3-way battle for 9th position here. But let's get to the 34 Mercedes of Tap here as he's closing in on that BMW of Type R. Now Type R is a pretty good defensive driver, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's a true MR style. Yeah, and it drives much more like an MR should. That would make sense. Alright, so Tap's just being patient here right now. I mean, there are passing opportunities through the mountain here, obviously. We've seen Barr and pole pad have a battle right here through Skyline and make it work, but, you know, it's risk versus reward in this situation. I think what Tap is doing essentially is just trying to stay as physically close as possible to the BMW, because the one thing that the Mercs should have over the BMW is straight line initial exit speed. So Tap just needs to really set up a hard exit here, get down on the power nice and early, and it looks like he actually got a really good exit there. The BMW kind of shortened their exit a little bit, trying to use the turbo in the car to try to maximize their early throttle output. It might have worked. I mean, Type R did pull away from Tap there, but Tap and TDC Gaming in behind both got good exits coming out of there and leading out of the Conrad. Look at that Viper just completely pull up on that Mercedes by the end of the Conrad there. It's so going to have to be hard on the brakes now. These drivers, as are all a nose to tail here as we head into the final corner here. And this is, we're going to stick with this for a minute. doesn't matter if it's a battle for the lead or a battle for last place, man. A battle's a battle, and they're fun to watch, so we're definitely going to chill and hang out here with our boys for 9th place. Juicy little three-way battle as we're on the middle car right now, the Mercedes of Tap, as he is trying to figure out how to make a pass here on the BMW. He got a good run out of the corner. Now's the time. He's going to move up the inside. It's going to give him the optimal line heading into the mountain. So it's a great decision right there from Tap as we head up the mountain straight, and he's going to be able to stick with that BMW no problem. And he's going to come out into the corner ahead just slightly of Type R there. Type R is going to look for an over-under potentially on the corner, but loses the back end a little bit, and so does TDC there as they both got on the throttle just a smidge too early there, and both of them had to recover the rear end of the car there. So Tap makes a great pass there for 9th place on Type R. A textbook passing. That is race passing 101 right there, ladies and gentlemen, provided by Type R and Tap right here with the GTRC. That was beautiful. Exchange of positions right there. Nice, clean, calculated, very precise. All right, let's see what's going on up front here. We got Supra 2.5 seconds ahead of Mike 1972. All right, so we do have a change here in the podium. We got Mike 1972 now up into 2nd place, has managed to get ahead of Petrolhead here. So Mike 1972 is moving, and he is grooving right now in that Porsche 992. Petrolhead here now finds himself back in 3rd place where he started the race here, but he is right there on the rear bumper of that Porsche. But Hair Razor's knocking. I mean, he's right there. He's looking over the fence in the backyard here saying, hey guys, what you got going on over there? Can I come play? But it looks like Hair Razor is going to make a pit stop here. So, all right, pit sequence starting to take effect here, and that's interesting. Wonder what's going through his mind right there. All right, so that puts Trone up into 4th place. That'll put Pope up into 5th. That'll put UU up into 6th place. Barr up into 7th. I mean, Hair Razor just got into his pit box, so he's probably going to come out in last place here as Tap just comes across the line. Type R also coming across the line. TDC now closing in on Type R here as well as we head up the mountain straight. This is going to be a good opportunity for TDC Gaming to use the power in the straight line on his car here to try and navigate around the BMW, but I don't think he's going to get it done here. He needs to kind of be on the inside by the time he gets to the top of that hill. There's still time. Is he going to take a look? He is going to take a look up the inside. Does he get the job done? Side-by-side action as we head up into the mountain here, and they are still side-by-side. Nobody going to give. Are we going to battle it through the cutting and quarry? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Note, Type R is going to back out there. I was wondering which one was going to give, and TDC wasn't giving an inch, so Type R just backed out and went, nah, mate, you know what, this ain't worth it. I'm going to let you go. We'll re-engage this another time. So Type R settles into 10th place here for the time being, and that puts Hair Razor in 11th position in behind the field after his pit stop. So Supra here now in the race lead, and 2.1 seconds. So Mike 1972 is cutting into that gap. Yeah, he's working it. He's working it. Drone's working it. Petrol here is still in slipstream range here, so I mean he's just kind of getting a free pull right now by that portion. Not, I guess, you know, really in a sense, probably for the Merc, he's not in a terrible position right there. If he can stay close to that Porsche through the more nimble sectors and get a little bit of slipstream pull on these straights, you know, he save a little bit of fuel, potentially save a little bit of tire in that car, maybe get a little bit more out of that Mercedes because Mike 1972 is kind of doing the work in front of him right now, punching that hole in the air. We got Trone here in 4th place, and he's got 7.4 seconds, so there's a little bit of a gap there right now, but I mean, nothing's impossible at Mount P. It's one knock on the wall, one mistake in the mountain, and we've seen how quickly you can do 3-4 positions here, so the race is far, far, far from over. Personal best lap here in the racing conditions from Pope at that time around, the 206.6. UU here, looks like most of the drivers are fairly in the same range of times right now for the most part on the racetrack. Here we're seeing a lot of 206 mids on track here for the most part for race pace. Whatever our race leader's putting in, 205s, 205 flat here currently being held by Mike. So Mike is currently fastest racer on the racetrack right now, and he's sending it right now, Chad. Like, he is just absolutely sending it. Alright, so Hairraiser has made his way around Type R, and we see Hairraiser closing in on TDC. We're going to key in on this for a minute because we know Hairraiser just made a pit stop, right? So he's on fresh rubber. So, I mean, TDC's rubber still looked quite good on his car as well, but, ooh, a little struggle right there for TDC. He's going to shoot it wide in Skyline there, and Hairraiser's going to make the move. Oh, TDC's just trying to get that, you know, 5,500 pound car to slow down there, out of control. We're side by side through the dip, and oh man, it is just absolute. This is a great battle. I don't know how these two are still alive right now. This is fantastic stuff. Great job by these two. Absolutely great stuff. Down the mountain, that allows Type R to close back in, but man, oh man, that was spicy, chat. All the way down the mountain, side by side, knocking boots, hitting tires, rubbing paint, and they made it through alive. They made it through alive. Hairraiser gets the position. We gotta go see that again, chat. We gotta go see that again. That was some serious fun battling. Little mistake there, little touch. Side by side as we head into the kink. We're still side by side down the kink. Again, a little touch. And we're still side by side. Oh, again, a little touch. Still side by side. Still side by side. Finally, the Porsche nips it out here right before Forest Elbow. Absolutely great stuff right there. Oh, we love this, chat. We love this. This is fun. It's a great race so far here today. We got Super here. I get 2 seconds in the race lead here. Mike's starting to close in. Now got it under 2 seconds. Petrolhead 1.5 seconds back. Lost the slipstream of Mike here. He's definitely moving right now. He's the driver to watch on track at the moment. We got Pull Pat now up into 4th place here as well. We've got UU now in 5th. We've got Bar 27 here in 6th. Tron has made a pit stop here, so he's in 7th place after making a pit stop. Hairraiser, after his pit stop, is closing in on Tron right now, 3.1 seconds away. TDC Gaming here now in 9th place, about 1.2 seconds back. We got Type R 1 second in behind TDC. And Tap here having a tough day on the racetrack here. Just making a pit stop there, 17 seconds in behind. But now that we're starting to see a pit stop sequence happen here. Oh! Yeehaw! Mike 1972 gets it wrong coming down the mountain, and as we hit into Forest Elbow here, that is going to be Petrolhead closing in, and Petrolhead most likely probably going to be able to get position here. We'll have to wait and see. It is a 1 damaged car versus a non-damaged car up this long straightaway, so I suspect that Mercedes should be able to get a pole here, but maybe too far away. Coming out of Forest Elbow here, I don't think so. I think we got time here. We are side by side here as we head into the S's. It's not ideal positioning there for Petrolhead. He decides actually to back out of that. He was just barely alongside Mike 1972 heading into the corner, so he backed out, and we'll re-engage that battle another time. You know, racing's about decisions sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, and some might say, oh, I would have stuck it out there and you know, made him, but at the same time, you know, with where Petrolhead was, Mike might not even know when he was there because he's kind of in a blind spot right there on the race car as well. So I think that was a racer's decision right there. I mean, Petro could have tried there, but there was a high risk of contact with both racers ending up involved in an incident there. And when you're in podium position, sometimes you got to reap. You really got to weigh the risk versus the reward. And in this case, I think it was the carrot's still dangling. I mean, the carrot isn't falling off the string yet. There's still time on the clock, so why make the risky move with 35 minutes left in the race when we're right there, we're battling. We're on pace with the driver we're trying to get the position from, currently our race leader, after Super makes a pit stop there, right? So sometimes racing is just about sheer decisions. Two straw, yeah, it is looking like a two-stop ATV. I'm actually really surprised. I don't think it's a fuel issue. It's definitely not a fuel issue. Alright, so the pit stops should kind of spread everybody out a little bit here. We will see that change a little bit more as we still have drivers that have yet to make a pit stop. And again, we may see drivers on one-stop strategy versus a two-stop strategies. I mean, it's a long pit stop here at Mount Panorama. I mean, I think it's like a minute delta or something like that to pit, even with the 8-second refuel speed, 8 liters per second. I mean, that's a fair amount of fuel per second. You know, it's still a good solid minute pit stop here because it takes, 25 seconds to get to your box, and it takes 20 seconds to get out. It takes at least 15 seconds for the pit stop. So, I mean, it's interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see. I really think that these front runners are thinking about a one-stop. I mean, Petrol's coming in, but I think I honestly think we're going to see a one-stop come from Mike. I really do. I mean, Barr is also passing pit lane here, so maybe a one-stop coming from Barr as well. Supra is now on pole pad here, so Supra has made a pit stop, so he is on fresher tires. It's good, so he shouldn't have too much of an issue here, I don't think. Trying to make his way around the pole pad here right now, and pole pad doesn't even really contest that. Super got the position, and the pole pad just stayed his line, and Super just got through. Nice clean pass right there for position. Super back up into P3. And now that we're starting to see pit stop sequences happening here, things are going to get interesting. So Petrol comes out in behind Hair Razor here in 5th place. So Hair Razor's undercut currently gained him position there, it looks like, ahead of Petrolhead. Trone's in 7th place right now. He stopped a little bit earlier as well. We've got Type R, who I don't think has stopped yet at all. We've got Yu, who just made a stop here in 9th place. She's moving and grooving quite nicely. We've got Tap here in 10th position, and we've got TDC Gaming here in 11th place. And it just goes bad to worse sometimes, you know. 3-second penalty there for a pit lane infraction, meaning that he cut one of the pit lines, and that caused him to get a 3-second penalty. It's the nature of the beast. It really is ATV. I mean, sometimes you got to feel out the pace of the race. You know, sometimes you have to make the audible. I mean, he's got lots of tire. I don't think the tire's the issue right now for the one stop. I think you're exactly on it. I think it's how the car handles on the tire, in the condition of the tire, that is potentially preventing these drivers from doing the one stop. They're feeling comfortable enough with doing the one stop. So I mean, we've only got a couple of drivers look like they're attempting it here. Right now we got 3 that look like or appear to be pushing for a one stop strategy. Versus 8 versus an 8 two-stopper by the looks of it. So this should be interesting to see how that's going to play out. It's keeping everybody fairly close, that's for sure. That's always a good thing. I mean, I think the biggest gap is these two gaps right here between Tap and Yu and Tap and Cat right now, 8 and 10, or 9 and 10. Those are really the biggest gaps on track halfway through the race here. That's actually not that bad. A little bit of a rub on the wall there for Mike too, so that's going to cost him a little bit of mile per hour, so to speak, as he heads through the mountain here. And I can never remember the name of those two parks. Greenway Park maybe, and something else. Yeah, I'm learning that with the new tire model pretty quickly here. However, again, though, like it was a little while ago, I mean, you can drive the tires pretty dead and only lose maybe a second and a half on your pace. That much I've noticed, but yeah, a second and a half a lap is a lot of time to be losing. Especially, oh no! And the Pope out there getting a little bit wrong, getting a little slidey as he was coming down the hill there, and he's going to lose that position to Hair Razor there, so a freebie there for Hair Razor as the Popat makes a little mistake coming down the mountain there. Car gets a little sideways as he slides out there. He's going to pick some front end damage up on that race car, unfortunately, there as well. And now Petrolhead is going to be charging here up the Conrod Straight in an attempt to try and get a position here as well. He is a little ways away, but the Petrol does have some momentum in miles per hour in hand on Popat there. And unfortunate moment right there for the Popat in that Ferrari as he just made a little mistake in the mountain there. Got that car unsettled, got a little slide, and he tapped that thing into the wall and did some damage to that front end clip, so. Yeah, they do. I agree with that. It's a lot of adaptations all the time to have to be making in a game that's supposed to be a sim racing game. I mean, it seems like every 5 or 6 weeks we got to completely relearn everything about the game because they change the physics model, or they change the tire model, or they do a huge BOP performance change. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm not interested in racing on GT7 anymore. I mean, there's zero consistency, right? But it doesn't mean that the game is bad. It's just a personal preference for me. I mean, as a gamer, I'm not one of those gamers that just steps into anything and is just good at it, right? I have to practice, I have to train, I have to figure out how the game works and what you can and can't do, and what's possible and not possible within the game in order for me to really start improving at the game. And I find it really hard to do it on GT7 because they're constantly changing the game. And I mean, if I want to play an adaptive game like that, then I'll go play survival games, right? When it comes to racing game, I mean, the one thing you want to rely on is some form of car performance consistency at bare minimum, right? Now, tire model changing I can understand because in real life, that happens in real life. Sometimes mid-season, all of a sudden you're on a completely different tire compound because of business, right? So I totally understand that, but we're not making money racing on Gran Turismo 7. It's for the casual player base, essentially, right? We've taken it to an extreme that it was really never built for. So it's hard as a racer that likes a form of consistency in a game to want to continue to put the thousands of hours into it to constantly have to relearn it every 6 weeks, right? So that's why I'm not racing with it anymore. I mean, I'm racing on it, but not very much. It's just, to me, I need consistency. I need some form of consistency within the game so that at least I have a platform that never changes, right? My driving style, this is going to be guaranteed, this is going to be guaranteed, this is going to be guaranteed no matter what they do to the game. But that's not the case with Gran Turismo 7. When they change it, they've changed it completely. And you got to relearn how to play it all over again. You got to unlearn everything you just learned, and you got to relearn new tactics, new skills. And like I said, this isn't a survival game, this is a sim racing game. It is, for sure. And then you've got the other end of the coin, right? You got other, more intensive sim racing games like, iRacing and LMU and ACC. And I'm not really going to name the rest because, in my opinion, they don't count as proper sim racing titles at the moment. They have the consistent physics model there, but the difference maker there now is tuning, right? How you set your car up really can make or break a race for you, right? So there's a whole new complication as a sim racer as well if you're not a tuning guru, essentially, or you don't have a sponsorship for free tunes. You find yourself spending a bunch of money just to put tunes into your car so you can remain competitive, regardless of how much you're enjoying the game, right? So I mean, it is a double-edged sword, right? Which would you rather prefer, free content and constantly having to relearn how to play the game, or having a constant model to play with but have to spend money in order to stay at a certain competitive level, right? So it is a catch-22. It really is a catch-22. But for me, I prefer consistency within the physics model itself. Because at least my base driving style never ever needs to change. You make small adaptations, obviously, as a driver, but having to completely change your driving style to suit the game's changes, that to me doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. That'd be like telling me to take my 30 years of contracting experience, forget everything I learned, and learn how to do it completely differently. Why? What I do works, and it's right? That's just, I guess, how my mind works. So that's why we're, doing the survival content. We're doing different content now for me as a creator, and still bringing, obviously, sim racing content, but it's not going to be like it was back in the day where I'm going to go live 4 or 5 days a week with open lobby racing. It's just not going to happen. GT7 is just not the platform for me for that anymore. We'll have championships. We got all lots of great stuff coming for everybody. We've got a great battle here. Let's get to this. Coming from before the community, we still have our community events and everything that's going on. We have our charity fundraising events. We got the Vegas Cup Series, and I'll come back again here later in the year as well. We have the All-Star race we still got to nip up, which I should, I got to give it to Olander. We'll take care of that soon. We got trophies that we still got to get out. I haven't ordered them yet. Times are a little tough right now, so it's been a little pocket strenuous at the moment. We'll get them out though hopefully this week, next week. Trone making a little mistake coming up the mountain there. It cost him 2 positions to TDC Gaming here and the pole pad. So TDC Gaming now applying some pressure to the pole pad here. Let's get back to the racing. The race is spread out here, so I'm a little off topic. I apologize. We got Petrolhead and Mike 1972 still kind of, Hair Razor kind of still in their battle. Mike 1972, 4 seconds of penalties going back to worse. A 3-second pit lane penalty and then a second worth of penalties coming up into the corner out here somewhere. So that's gonna kill some momentum here as Yu is now coming up the Conrad, but Mike's far enough ahead here where he won't lose position, but definitely gonna give some time away for sure right there. Yu and bar 27. Tap here is about 9 seconds. We've got 6 seconds for the pole pat. We've got Troy and Kobe here sitting in 9th place. We got TDC having a rough day in that Dodge Viper. Let me tell you what, it is beat up there today on that front end, and Type R closing in here. So TDC is a sucker for punishment. Yes, we will verify that. He just cannot help but not drive that Viper. He'll learn one of these days. Unless it's Daytona. The Viper's not really that great in too many other places. He does it for the fun, though. I mean, that's why you should play the game, right? I mean, we're still racing that Race Asylum, the Tour Series. I'm enjoying that. I hate how washed I am, but again, it's because I just refuse to continue to relearn how to play the game. I've put 3,000 hours into Gran Turismo 7 now. And I feel like my racing is getting worse because I'm tired of having to constantly adapt. It's hard to walk away from 3,000 hours of gameplay on something, Chad. It really is, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But we still love y'all, and we still love commentating, so, I mean, we aren't going anywhere, that's for sure. Alright, boys and girls, tighten up. Tighten up! We want battles! We want battles! Tighten up! Everybody hit the brakes and wait for each other. Maybe. I'm trying, chat. I'm trying. Do I need to start cursing people? Alright, who do we need to curse? Hey, Ginger, Tap stole your car, man. Oh, it looks like a fast Ginger car all the way right there. We got about 22 minutes. Well, we will see another series of stops coming from some of the drivers here yet, so I should change things a little bit. There's not a whole lot going on right now, chat. Not a whole lot going on. Mayflower was closing on TDC there. Alright, well, we'll jump on board. And we'll do a lap around Mount Panorama with our race leader. Got pit stops coming from Hair Racer and Petrolhead here right now. Yeah, I agree. There should be a sport title and just a good old classic GT title. I agree. I fully agree. Could have had a GT7 exactly the way it is now still, and then you could have had GT Sport too. You know, come out a few months behind it or something, right? I agree, fully agree. But I mean, I still don't think that would change the fact. I mean, they'd still be changing all that stuff all the time. It's just you know, the way GT7 ended up having to be released, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's, you know, there's a much bigger issue at play than the inconsistency of the game. You know, the reason why the game is the way it is because of how it had to be released. So, you know, hopefully the next version's better. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game itself. It's a beautiful game. Absolutely great game. But for me, we just don't like the inconsistency. That's all. And I mean, I see it when I run championships too, right? I mean, when we host championships, you know, when we're doing stewarding reviews, when we're just looking at the footage or rewatching back one of the commentary streams from champs, right? I mean, you see it with the other racers on track too. You can see frustrations building throughout championships in some drivers because of those inconsistencies, right? You look at a championship that started and you get 2, 3, maybe 5 rounds into a 10-week championship, and then they come in with a major update. They flip the BOP upside down. They do a big physics change. They throw a brand new tire model in, and now halfway through championship season, everybody's got to completely change everything they know about the game, the racetracks, the cars they're driving. You know, it's constant. It's almost impossible as a league organizer to drop a championship that runs for longer than 5 or 6 weeks at a time without having some kind of major change happen in the middle of your series. It's so hard. And I mean, that's a part of the frustration with me, with that inconsistency. It doesn't just come down to racing on the track. It also comes down to organizing coordinated events, right? So it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. You know, we spend a lot of time under development of these championships, you know, testing and running cars and running different cars and running different scenarios and running different settings, trying to make sure we get a perfect balance of good racing and strategy. And then the game flips everything upside down, and now we have nothing but question marks in the middle of the championship season, and a lot of leagues don't want to make major changes midway through a season, right? So yeah, the frustration just goes so much deeper than just my own racing as well. I mean, I love the commentary. The commentary is great, but even as a commentator, I'm seeing a dip in numbers of league racers, right? Ooh, alright, there we go. There we go. Finally got something stirring here. The boys are listening to us. The boys are listening, chat. They tightened up a little bit here. We got a juicy battle between Hair Racer and Petrolhead. This is for 4th place, and Petrol's going to go on the defense here. It's a smart move. But Hair Racer's got a pretty good run, so should be able to get out ahead in the kink there and be able to get the position. So a nice pass there from Team Rad's Hair Racer for 4th place over Petrolhead here. I believe Petrolhead's now with races on him, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just call it Petrolhead here for now. And I believe that's a Race Asylum livery on the car, so we'll definitely confirm that. All right, we got the pole pad here in 6th place, so 1 position down from his current starting position here so far. Tron will be coming in for a pit stop. Yu is coming through the S right now. Is Yu going to make a pit stop? It's no, Yu is going to continue, so she's just going to keep tracking around here. Type R in 9th place now. We've got Tap sitting in 10th position, and we got TDC here in 11th place, and, well, testing the durability of the Dodge Viper out here around the mountain today. Let's say that. He's having a tough day out there. He's having a tough day. I'm fidgeting with the cord for the microphone. If it starts crackling, let me know. I stopped touching it. Alright, so Supra's got a pretty comfortable lead here, 5.9 seconds right now. Mike 1972 in 2nd place, much of the same thing over Bar 27 currently sitting in 3rd place here now. So Bar has a 3-second lead over Hair Razor, who just made a pit stop 2 or 3 laps ago. So this is the 1-stop versus the 2-stop deal going on here. Supra is on a 2-stop. Mike is on a 1-stop. Bar, it looks like he's on 1-stop as well. Hair Razor's on the 2. Petrolhead's on the 2-stop, and Popat is on the 1-stop. So that is what's kind of going on in the top 6 right now. Usually we only recap the top 5 in that sense, but strategy-wise, it's kind of a storyteller. So top 6 here today is we have 3 2-stoppers and 3 1-stoppers up in the top half of the field, essentially, is what that story is. So I guess now it's which one's going to be stronger. It does currently look like the 2-stop is currently a little bit stronger, but we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next 15 minutes here. The thing with a 1-stop strategy is you have to be flawless with a 1-stop strategy. You have to be perfect. You can't make big mistakes. You can't have a crash. You can't pick up damage on the race car. And if you are going to battle when you're on a 1-stop strategy, you have to make the decision if the battle is worth it or not. If you have more pace in the car you're chasing, then you need to obviously make your way around, but you got to do it extremely quickly because the 1-stop strategy requires a form of consistency, tire and fuel management at the same time as well, to maintain good pace in order for a 1-stop strategy to work on these fresher tires. That's what I'm taking from the race here today. The 2-stop strategy looks very strong. One-stop strategy has to be perfect, and every one of our 1-stoppers has not quite been perfect here today. And that may be exactly the result. I mean, the Popat may very well be sitting there in between 4th and 3rd place here right now if it wasn't for that one mistake we've seen out of him here so far on that 1-stop attempt, right? Much of the same here from Mike 1972. We've seen a couple of oops moments that's cost him a few seconds on the racetrack. I mean, then that's basically the gap between himself and the race leader here right now. Bar 27, we've just seen him hit the wall right there. That cost him a little bit of momentum. We've seen him make a couple of mistakes here today on that 1-stop strategy too as well. Currently he's got him in 3rd place, but I feel like that is not going to last very long with Hair Razor and Petrolhead closing in fairly quickly in behind him. Maybe, you know, half a second, 3/4 of a second a lap currently right now that they're closing in on Bar 27 here. So I don't know if he's going to have enough in the tank there to hold these two off either for that final podium position. We'll have to wait and see though, but point in case, the 1-stop has to be flawless if you're going to try and put a 1-stop against 2-stop strategies at the end of the day, because the drivers are on pace. So the pace is not going to be the problem for the drivers on the 2-stop strategy. Typically the drivers that are taking the 2-stop strategy are comfortable with the fact that they know they've got the pace to make that strategy work in their favor. The 1-stop guy's got to be perfect. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. I'm a 1-stop strategy specialist. I love the 1-stop strategies. I'm a big fan of 1-stop strategies. If I can find a way to make 1-stop strategy work properly, I will always opt for the 1-stop strategy myself. So I'm kind of a connoisseur when it comes to 1-stop strategies, and the big part of the 1-stop strategy is being perfect. If you're not perfect, it's not going to work nowhere near as effectively. The Ghost Man loves him a 1-stop strategy. What can I say? It's one of my favorites. Right, so we got just a little under 12 minutes left on the clock here. Super has a 6-second lead at this point. Now, is that 6? That might be 8. I think it's 6. I'm on a smaller screen looking right now while I'm streaming. I've actually got my Streamlabs up while I'm streaming here today, and that way the comments are popping right up in front of my face. And when I'm doing commentary there, it doesn't seem to lag the game out on my end for some reason, so it works. When I'm regular gaming, it's hard to play like this, so the comments are literally popping up right in front of my eyes because it seems like the game lags to me, but it doesn't to you guys who's watching the stream. It's really weird. So, yeah. Working on our chat interaction. Definitely working on chat interaction. We're starting to play games now where we have a lot of time to be able to sit down and hang out with chat, talk to chat, and talk to you guys and gals, the viewers, the people that have built the community and the page. We do appreciate y'all, no matter where it is you come from, whether it be our sim racing community, whether it be our general gaming part of the community. We appreciate all our supporters here at GT45 Gaming, no matter what role you play, whether you're a silent viewer, whether you're a Discord member, while you're an active championship racing member, while you're an active group member playing in one of the streams, or whether you're just a follower of the page and support what we do. We appreciate you through and through. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you know, the GT45 Gaming community and all its members together have, up to this point, helped raise almost $50,000 US over the last 5 years towards various charity organizations, in conjunction with other organizations as well. So, you know, GG's to the Winner Circle community for real. You know, I say you guys make a difference all the time without realizing it, and maybe you guys don't know it because we don't tell you guys about it enough, but in the last 5.5 years of GT45 Gaming content, we've almost raised $50,000 US towards charity, and that's cumulative effort, chat. That's the viewers, that's our active members within the Discord community and the racing community, the guys and gals out there on track giving us the content to put out there for the charities. So I know it doesn't seem like much, but every time that we go live, and every time that we hang out, and every time that we bring content out to the worldwide community as a group, as a community, as brothers and sisters from another mother over an online connection, you know, we're making a small difference in the world no matter what the content is, and that's what's really important at the end of the day. So thank you to the GTRC and its racers here today, because you're making a difference just by being out there and doing what you love to do. And we got some more fun stuff brewing as far as fundraising going this year as well. We definitely got some more GT7 fundraising efforts coming at the end of the year with the Vegas Cup Series again. We'll definitely be hitting St. Jude's back up again with that. And then I'm planning on also putting on a survival charity event in one of the survival games we're currently playing outside of GT7 here as well. A very interesting style of event, a much different style of event, but we can actually spectate and commentate that event as well. But it won't be sim racing; it'll be a much different kind of content. But we got some big plans this year for charity. We really want to hit it home in the last half of the year this year for our fundraising efforts. We usually do a big one in the early part of the year, and then we usually do one in the later part of the year. But because we've been making a change on the content, and I've had to make some adaptive changes in real life behind the content and the page, we got a bit of a slower start than I wanted to this year, but we're starting to get back on track here now. So hopefully everything works out. Hopefully everything works out by the end of the year for us. We accomplish the goals we've set out this year. You know how I roll, chat. I find a way to make an event out of something, and then I find a way to commentate it. I mean, that's just how I roll, right? It doesn't really seem to matter how or what I'm playing. I'm always trying to find a way to spin it so I can do some kind of live spectating commentation. I mean, I'm always trying that. Always trying that. There we go. There we go. Battle for third place here with 6 minutes left on the clock. We'll stick with this here because it's definitely the only battle happening on the racetrack at the moment. And it's between bar 27 and Hair Raiser. We can see Petrolhead just off in the distance, heading up in through turn number 3 there, heading towards Quarry and the Cutting. Cutting and the Quarry. I think it's Quarry and then Cutting. I believe this is Cutting, and then we head up into, is it Greenway Park? I think it's Greenway Park. McPhillamy Park. And then Skyline, if I'm not mistaken. Chopper doing his thing above the downhill section here. Getting us some great overhead shots of the action. Always appreciate our chopper cam. Alright, so bar 27 is doing a pretty good job at holding off the charge here. I mean, Super's checked out at this point. He's gone. It's his race to lose at this point, it looks like. Mike 1972 here. I mean, he's not checked out. He's only 2.5 seconds ahead of third and fourth place, which obviously we're kind of keying in on this battle here right now. There's a little bit of gap between them at the moment, though, so it gives us an opportunity to go see what else is happening. We've got a battle here between Trone and Type R. This is for 8th place here, this battle as well. So we'll keep our eye on those two battles. Oh, and Trone's going to take a look here. He gets a run. So he does move up the inside on the Type R. Here's the outside of the kink, but it does give him the inside for the entry of the S's. But he gets the job done before the braking zone there. And the Mercedes of Trone Kobe is going to move up into 8th place ahead of Type R in that BMW. They're now falling down to 9th place. Still going to keep our eye on that and see if we see a response come from Type R. Bar 27 still holding the charge off from Hair Raiser here, but he is closing in on Mike 1972 right now. And Bar 27 maybe looking to try and steal a better position on the podium here yet before this race is over. So potential three-way battle here for second place right now. Oh, things are looking juicy. Oh no, but Hair Raiser gets it wrong and makes a mistake in the mountain here, and he's going to now be battling with Petrolhead for this position as we head around Forest Hill into the Conrod Straight. It is a drag race up the Conrod Straight. Which one of these two is going to get the job done? I suspect to see that Mercedes should get the edge here, but we've been wrong in the past already here today. And it is a drag race up the Conrod. It is going to be a Mercedes. Mercedes just has a little more legs over that Porsche here right now. And it's going to be Hair Raiser now dropping down to P5. So was battling right there for 3. Now sitting in 5th, fighting for his life for that 4th place position back. Moving back up into P2 here. Ooh, things are spicing up, chat. We love to see it with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. We're going to see a couple more laps here from our racers. And that's going to be round 1 in the books, chat, unofficial anyway. And it's Superboy, 11-second or 13-second gap, but Mike 1972 is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. 1.5 seconds over Bar 27, closing in here in 3rd place. Bar now has this little bit of a cushion behind him here as Hair Raiser and Petrol here continuing to battle. And Hair Raiser now getting the job done over Petrolhead. Let's go back and take a quick look at that as we missed what happened there. and just gets a good run out of the final corner, gets up the inside on Petrolhead there, and gets the job done. So bada bing, bada boom. Hair Raiser back up into 4th place, and it's a drag race up the mountain straight. Petrolhead has the inside position coming into the corner, should be able to get the job done. He does. Petrolhead now back up into 4th position. Juicy battle right here for 4th and 5th place right now between Hair Raiser and Petrolhead. Bar making a small mistake. They're losing a little bit of time with Mike 1972 here, and Petrolhead now moving and grooving back up into 4th place here. This could be a battle to the end here, I think, Chad. This is absolutely great racing right here from our GTRC men and women here on the racetrack today. So moving, grooving, and absolutely battling it out to the checkered flag here. We thought it was going to be a little dull near the end, but lo and behold, the boys made it interesting. Petrolhead gets it wrong as he's coming down the mountain, and again, Petrolhead fighting with another guy who's made a mistake down the mountain. We're banging tires and we're swapping paint. Hair Raiser muscles his way through, gets the job done, and is now side by side again. No, Petrol settles back in, and oh man, what a great battle here. Looking for the good exit here. The great exit's the big key here right now. Oh, big slide under the power there for Petrolhead, and that might have potentially cost him opportunity at Hair Raiser at the end of this lap. There's 48 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be very close for those 4th and 5th place drivers that they're going to get an additional lap here. The fans want the lap. The commentator wants the lap. We all want to see the battle to the end. Give them the extra lap. Give them the extra lap. Bird 27 still closing in on Mike as well. Oh yeah, it's juicy, Chad. It's juicy out here. Hair Raiser on a semi-defensive line there. You've seen him take that just a little bit tighter to make sure there's no hole open on the exit there. And Petrolhead's closing in. I mean, he made a little distance up under braking there, and that's it. Last lap here, chat. This is going to be for all the mustard here. So the Pope is going to take checkered flag here. It's going to be a 6th place finish here for the Pope hat in the Ferrari here in round number 1 for the GTRC GT3 Championship. Start of the new season here in 2026. Congratulations to the Pope hat there for that 6th place finish. It will be UU here to take 7th place as well. Oh, we can't say that it's going to be guaranteed who's got 8th here. So we got battle between Type R and Tro and Kobe now up into the Conrad straight. We're side by side as we head to the kink, and now Tro and Kobe with the inside position heading into the S's. He gets the job done into the braking zone. Now, can he hold the position? Tap is right there lurking in the background in 10th position here as well. And we're going to stick with this here. Yu coming through in 7th place there. Congratulations to Yu on her first race of the season. And a good mid-pack finish there, but it's going to be Tro and Kobe. He is going to hold the charge off from Type R. Type R tried to take a little bit different line to try and get a run underneath, but it is going to be Tro and Kobe here in 8th place. It's going to be Tap in 10th place, Type R in 9th. It's going to be TDC Gaming in 11th. It will be Supra with the win here. And oh man, things are just juicy right here in the second, third, and 4th place spot right here right now. So, ooh, golly. Ooh, we love that. We love the battle right to the checkered flag, Chad. That's our favorite thing. That's some great racing right there. Good job by all the GTRC racers here today. Great action at Mount Panorama, but it is going to be Superboy here with the race victory here in round number 1, and almost missed him across the line there. And we're just trying to keep an eye on this battle here right now. Petrolhead is fighting here. He's fighting. Mike 1972 though is looking to take that 2nd place here as he comes up that back little straight, and it's going to be a 2nd place finisher for Mike 1972. It is going to be 3rd place there for Bar 27. Hair Raiser is going to come across the 4th, and Petrolhead in 5th place. Close finish, separated by literally about 0.6 of a second between 3rd to 5th place right there. GG's to the racers. Let's get some GG's up in the chat. Come on, that was some great stuff right there. Congratulations, though, however, to Team Rad Superboy with the pole position and race win here today. But we'll have to confirm on who got fast lap here, as it is Supra. Supra did manage to steal that fast lap point away too. So clean sweep on the board there from Superboy. Again, Mike 1972 in 2nd, Bar 27 in 3rd place, Hair Raiser in 4th, Petrolhead in 5th, Pope Hat in 6th, UU in 7th, Tron Kobe finishing in 8th place. Great battle right to the end there for him. Type R in that battle there, finishing in 9th place, Tap in 10th position, and Team Rad's the damn cat, pardon me, sitting in 11th place. So congratulations to the racers. That was some great stuff right there. That was some great stuff right there, wasn't it, chat? Good racing by everybody. And results are unofficial as seen on stream here today, ladies and gentlemen. So now what will happen is the drivers will get a 24-hour window to report any potential incidents on the racetrack that they would like the stewarding officials to take a look at. Stewards will then assess those situations, get back to the officiating staff, the race officials. They will relay what they think should happen, and then race officials will implement any potential warnings or consequences from there to the racers. From there, the racers will have 24 hours to potentially appeal any decision, providing new evidence that hasn't already been provided to the stewards to claim their case. And for the first race of the season, ladies and gentlemen, that was a pretty good, juicy race here at Mount Panorama. It was a tough racetrack, and drivers did a fantastic job. So GG's to all the racers. And two-stop strategy comes out in first place, but the one-stop does manage to hold the second and third place finish here today. So again, a couple small mistakes from our one-stoppers there, and it potentially could have been a different story maybe for the race lead at the end of the race, but Super are well in control of that race for the whole race there. And when you don't make the big mistake, when you don't put one wrong foot, typically things go pretty well for you on the racetrack. So great job to everybody. And I mean, what else can I say? But geez, we had 11 racers hit the track here today. We do have a absolute full stack grid of racers here in the GT3 Championship this season. So some of our racers were unable to make it to the mountain here this weekend, but in 2 weekends' time could be a different story. We should hopefully see a full stacked grid, and we should be live next weekend with the GTRC mini series. It is a Group 4 Hyundai Elantra 1 MAG championship, again provided for the GTRC community members from the GTRC community and its racers and admin team. So we appreciate that. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Absolute great racing here today from the GTRC. It's always great to be back on the racetrack, especially when we're in the comms booth. It's where we seem to shine. Discord for interviews at GT45 Gaming. All right, I'm being told to go to Discord. All right, I guess we will do interviews. I wasn't prepared to do that today. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Who's our second place driver? Alright, is everything working? It looks like everything is working. Bear with, chat. Bear with. Alright, I think we got it all. Hold on, I think I even got a screen. Looking for a button. Voila, magic chat. Boom, podium interviews. All right. So, again, congratulations to all the racers here today. 11 of our 15 racers made the grid here today, put up a very spirited battle here today. It was a two-stop versus one-stop style race. The majority of our field took the two-stop strategy here today. That is the strategy that did come out on top, but the one-stop strategy did prove to be very tentatively strong, as the three drivers that took the one-stop strategy did come in the top half of the field here today as well. But we will talk to who we do have here with us, and we have our Hair Raiser and Superboy here. So Hair Raiser, we'll talk to Hair Raiser first. Absolutely stunning battle right at the end of that race there between you, Petrohead, and Bar to start with. Some great fighting there, and I tell you, you were there, and then you weren't there, and then you were there, and then you weren't there today, and it was just that mountain. I tell you, that downhill section of that mountain today really was kind of your Achilles heel. So, I mean, talk to us about how the race was here today. Obviously, you know, the OGs are here back racing as always, so you guys are quite comfortable around each other, which makes for great racing. But, you know, how was the new Porsche on the mountain here for you today in this 60-minute race?
Well, first of all, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to a new season. The Porsche on this circuit is on that downhill section, the tail end of it is really loose on that little bit, and it was really hard to control. So I had to really go slower than what I really wanted to. Um, as for the winners, well done to them. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get up there, but one for trying. Yeah, I had petrol on my heels for most of the race, to be honest. So I knew I was trying to battle him. We had a few battles, and and I come out on top. But well done to him anyway. He was really good, and thanks for hosting, mate. You've done really well. It's been a good turnout.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's always great to be back here with the GTRC community. We've been working with the GTRC community now for, oh dear Lord, 5 years. I think it's been 5 years now, chat. We've been cranking out some
Mhm.
races from the GTRC, and I really love watching your group race. They're a really tight knit group. It's a really tight knit community. Everybody's friends with everybody, and it shows on the racetrack when you start a championship season in GT3 class at Mount Panorama, and you have those kinds of great close battles throughout pretty much the whole race. We had a little bit of a period there where the pit stop strategies pull everybody apart, but for the most part, it was really good, tight, clean racing. So, it's always a pleasure to be here with the GTRC community, bringing this content to you guys as well. You know what? We're going to come back to Hair Racer real quick, chat. We're actually going to go talk to our race winner here real quick. We don't have Mike and Bart in the chat with us today, so we'll talk to our race winner, and then we'll come back and touch base again here with Hair Racer real quick. As he's a host and honorary admin in the GTRC, long-standing member of the community, and has been an admin for a long time as well. So let him say his little bit here as well at the end. But Superboy had great pace as always. He's been showing great leaps and bounds of improvement throughout the years here at the GTRC and other league organizations and racing organizations. He recently came into my last championship and showed some really great pace in my pro lobby against some really good pro racers as well. And the one thing that we've been watching progress over the years with Super is learning how to take that insane amount of pace he has and put it to work on the racetrack. And we've seen exactly that today. He had great pace out there today. He started on the hard tires, maintained the lead on the hard tires at the beginning of the race, and then went to that faster tire compound twice and just didn't make the mistake. And that's a racer really starting to fall into the rhythm of their driving style and their pace and the understanding of their car and track. So I mean, a textbook race for you here today, Super. It was a great race, start to finish, a great qualifying. I mean, talk us through it.
Yeah, I wasn't expected to. Oh, I thought I was going to try to battle for pole. I did not expect to be on pole by over 6/10 of a second. But yeah, the Ferrari, it's just a brilliant car, and of course, it just did its work. And well, the reason why I picked it because well, it's already been proven to be a great car to drive before, and well, didn't disappoint this week.
No, and just correct me if I'm wrong, but you are in the Ferrari 458, correct?
Yes, it is the 458.
So just for the viewers at home watching and for the chat that's not sure what that means, is the Ferrari 458 is the GT3 Ferrari that's been in Gran Turismo 7 since its release. It's what we call the old Ferrari now. They've just recently released a Ferrari 296, which is obviously the updated GT3 machinery they're currently running in World Championship racing all across the globe today. So there is a difference between the two cars, and you would suspect that we would see the racers jump into that new technology because you would think it'd be better, but in this case, we're seeing a lot of the guys jump back into the older Ferraris. So, did you test the two Ferraris between each other before you jumped into the championship this season, or is it just the confidence and the experience in the old Ferrari that you just sticking with good old tried, trusted, true?
Yeah, yeah. I tried the yeah. So I've been using the Ferrari 296 over the months since between the two seasons, and yeah, they're both decent in their own right. The 296 has better top end speed and probably better tire wear, but the old Ferrari had just has better handling, probably better brakes, and its acceleration is nuts. It's crazy out of corners.
Absolutely. And I mean, Mount Panorama is some racers love the track, some racers are not so fond of the track. You look quite comfortable here. You quite comfortable around this track in general?
I actually don't mind Bathurst to be honest, and really don't actually mind Bathurst.
So I
Yeah,
guess
there is. Yes, I'd be better at some other tracks, but Bathurst, I don't mind.
so now we head to Canada next racing round in 2 weekends time. We head to Circuit de Villeneuve, or Gilles de Villeneuve, whatever the game calls it. It's a new track in the game, so there is definitely a factor of some or potentially a lot of the drivers not being overly comfortable with the track at race pace. Yet it's a difficult racetrack as well. So how are you feeling towards round two in Montreal for the Ferrari 458?
Well, to be fair, it is more of a tight track, so it's quite twisty for like first majority of the track. That's where the 458 will excel. It's just I tried not to be overly confident on especially the chicane where the Wall of Champions is. Try not to be overly confident into it, or penalties will arise.
Absolutely, it's definitely a track that can make you pay the price for making a small mistake on it for sure. Great racing out there today. Great control of the pace of the race out there today, start to finish. Clean sweep of the points. He's got the pole position. Took the race win and the fastest lap points at the end of the race there as well, Chad. So congratulations to Supra. And any final comments before we head back to Hair Razor?
Not much. Yes. No, nothing much really.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and again, congratulations on a great start to the 2026 GT3 season.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna head back to our hair razor here. First and foremost, you stepped down as an admin, a couple seasons ago just to come in as a racer and be a long-standing member of the community. And you're still here, playing that admin role in a sense. You're still here helping with the development of these championships. You're still here hosting the lobbies for the racers. I mean, we really appreciate everything you do, Hair Razor. I know myself, I appreciate everything you do. We have a good, stable connection for a lobby every racing round for our racers. That's super important for the racers. It's super important for the racers to stay interested in returning because the lobbies are holding up. It gives them a fair opportunity to race and do what they can, race with their friends and have fun. That's what it's all about. So, I mean, thank you first and foremost, Hair Razor, for doing what you do. Again, coming in this season, being the clutch host. And I mean, anything you want to say and add, the floor is all yours, my guy.
Thank you, my man. All I can say is thank you very much. I love this community, the GTRC community. I think it's one of the best out there. You know, I would love to step up and do the admin again. Unfortunately, with my life, it's a little hectic at the moment, but you never know. One day I might step back into it fully. But yeah, I mean, the drivers have done really well. Supra for winning, and obviously Bar and Mike. And of course the racers that couldn't make it today. Obviously, they should be back for next week, next fortnight's race in Montreal, which will be hopefully a great race, and hopefully we can grow as a community.
Absolutely. So let's talk about next weekend's race. We have now how the way the GTRC runs, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers at home watching, is they run a major championship, which is what we just saw here today with the GT3 start here. Next weekend, we have what we call the GTRC as a mini series or a mini championship. It's a championship that we throw in between the off weeks of the big championship, and this is typically one of those more crazier types of championships. Sometimes we see the street cars, sometimes we'll see something crazy like a Miata, or I mean, it could be anything. You never know what to expect from the GTRC. They kind of appeases the other side of the racing spectrum for the community as well. So we got Group 4 Hyundai Elantra 1 make coming next weekend, start of the season for the mini series as well. You are racing in that? Yes.
I am, yes, indeed, of course.
All right.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. It should be
So
really good.
let's talk a little bit about that championship and what do you think to expect there? I mean, obviously it's a brand new car. It's a front wheel drive car here in the Group 4 class as well. It's kind of a terrible car, not going to lie, chat. We're just going to throw it out there. However, everybody has to drive that kind of terrible car. So it should be quite an interesting race. So what are you expecting to see next weekend, do you think? Do you think we're going to see some good tight battles, or do you think we're going to see the community kind of learning the car?
Well, doing the practices that we've had, a lot of the drivers have been moaning about the vehicle. But at the end of the day, I'm sure they will get it, and they will get to grips with it. I'm sure there's going to be some really close battles with it. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But yes, it should be something different.
Absolutely, and front-wheel drive cars are a whole different thing in Gran Turismo 7, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they are technically, yes, a part of the Group 4 racing class here in Gran Turismo 7, but really they should be a TCS-style grouped class here in GT7. They are a very unique Group 4 car, and they're unfortunately outmatched by their Group 4 compadres with the rear-wheel drive and the MR cars, etc. So they really kind of are in their own little group on their own. So to have a whole bunch of them together racing against each other does make it fun. Tire wear is going to be to the extreme for these racers next weekend, chat. Front tires wear so hard on these Elantras, so strategy is going to be important. Car control is going to be important, and not letting yourself get too frustrated is also going to be important. But this was a community vote as well, so I mean the community can't blame anybody but themselves. They're the ones that voted this car in as the championship series for the mini series. So we are planning on broadcasting that for you guys this season as well here. So right here, live at GT45 Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Next weekend, same time, same channel, same place, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. UK time, live at GT45 Gaming, the Gran Turismo racing community. We'll have live racing action for you next weekend. Will be the One Make Hyundai Elantra series. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, give it all your best, guys. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
There we go. Just send it, Hair Razor says. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We appreciate you all. Thank you to everybody coming in, showing that support to the Gran Turismo Racing Community. Definitely head over to their YouTube channel at Gran Turismo Racing Community /YouTube. Throw them a like, throw them a sub. We will have the content pack over there, hopefully here before the end of the championship seasons as well from GT45 Gaming. And don't forget to like the stream. Just do it. It's simple, it's free, and it helps us grow. We love you all. Stay winning. And remember, you all matter. Cheers, Hair Razor. Cheers, brother.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you very